Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Welcome to camp. For whom is this your camp? Make a little noise if this is your camp. Are you so excited to be here and share your special place with our congregation and all of our guests tonight? I know that I would be if I grew up at this summer camp, because there's something so magical and special about being a little bit away. So thank you all for coming a little off the beaten track to find yourself here at Shabbat at Temple Beth Tikvah at Camp Laurelwood. We're very glad you're here. We extend a warm welcome to all of our guests here to celebrate Alex's bat mitzvah, and especially to our third grade students who have a very special ceremony this evening. Do you all know what's happening this evening, third graders? You're getting your? Let's hear all of you say it. You're getting your? That's right. You're getting your sidur. It's personalized just for you. And it signifies the formal beginning of your Hebrew learning, a new stage for you as you work in your Jewish learning, preparing one day for bar and bat mitzvah and confirmation, and being a literate Jewish person, which is so exciting. And we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight as we honor you. We always begin our service with singing. And so, Cantor, do we have a special melody to gather together?
We do. We'll begin with Kinei Matov, how wonderful it is to be together, to be at camp, to be celebrating Shabbat. The words can be found on page 128. And you'll want, if you have a book that has brackets in it, that'll be the number in brackets, page 128. Kinei Matov Umanai.
This side, keep doing that second part with me. Okay, here we go. That was such a lovely warm-up. I love hearing everybody's voices just ascending when you combine them together like that. So I hope you'll keep that energy and that music throughout the service, because we do love it and it makes Shabbat so much more special. And speaking of so much more special, it's wonderful to have a weekend where we celebrate a simcha. Alex, we're so excited to celebrate your bat mitzvah tomorrow. And so for that reason, we're going to invite you up with your mom, Kate, and also your grandma, Bonnie, to help us light the Shabbat candles together. And if you'd like to follow along, everyone, we're on page 120, brackets, page 120. Come on over here. You all right? Okay. No worries. Sorry, we can't provide that. No. You want to light? Okay, great. And after you light, you'll hear Cantor start the music and you can sing along with her.
Baruch atah
service. As we start to feel that sense of Shabbat, of tranquility and calm, hopefully entering our bodies and shared feelings in this space of that Shabbat Shalom, that Shabbat peace, we turn to our Kabbalat Shabbat service. Cantor taught this beautiful new melody for Yedid Nefesh last week, and so we'll have a chance to revisit it. If you'd like to follow along with the words, you can turn to page 636. Yes, 636.
And if you don't remember the words, your part is ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay,
To our friends on Zoom, we're glad that you're with us for Kabbalat Shabbat as well. And we wish you could be here to hear the sound of so many voices singing in unison and in harmony. And we know that your voices are among ours, even though we can't hear you. We know you can hear us and you're singing along too. We'll continue with Lechado D on page 138. This beautiful song of welcoming the presence of Shabbat, as though welcoming a bride coming in for a wedding ceremony. So this poem invites us in its last verse to stand and face the entrance to the building and imagine that Shabbat is coming as this most beautiful bride here to celebrate a union, just as we celebrate the union between us and God every week for this special time of Shabbat togetherness. Page 138, Lecha Dodi, and I know this is a really catchy one, so we hope you'll sing along.
Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, everybody, lecha dodi, lecha dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Verse 2, likrat Shabbat. Likrat Shabbat, lechu v'nelcha, yihi mikol ha'beracha, me'rosh mikehem lesuka, zoka haseh b'machshavat tefila. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Verse 5, hitoreri. Hitoreri, hitoreri, diva orech u'miori, u'miori she'daberi, kevar Adonai Elohim tikva. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Please rise and face the entrance. Oy v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'sola, tov emunei am segola, ba'it halam, ba'it halam, la 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 lecha. Everybody, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, skala, b'nei, b'nei, Shabbat, lecha, b'nei.
We can have a seat.
So we've reached the point in our service where we are going to interrupt our regular Shabbat service for our very special Hagigat Sidor service, where our third graders are each going to receive their own Sidor. It's a very special moment for each of our third graders as they begin to come twice a week to Hebrew school, as they continue to learn their Aleph Bet, and as they start to learn their prayers, and eventually someday lead each of us in prayer up here on the Bima. And this is the start, in a way, of that journey where they each receive their own Sidor. And when I showed these Sidorim to a couple of our third graders on Wednesday, one of them opened it up and was looking at the Hebrew prayers, and he said something along the lines of, wow, this makes me really excited to learn Hebrew. And so I couldn't have said it better myself. And I'm very excited for all of you to be learning Hebrew and to start learning your prayers from your very own prayer book. And all of you already know some of your letters and some of your Aleph Bet. And so to begin our service tonight, we're actually going to start with a little song, and I'm going to need all of your help. Can you guys help me with this song? Nod your head, third grade, if you're going to help me out with this song. All right, all you have to know how to do is repeat after me. Are you ready? Aleph Bet Bet.
Aleph, Bet, Vet,
Gimel, Dalet, Hey,
Gimel, Dalet, Hey,
Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet,
Zayin, Chet, Tet,
Yud, Kaf, Ha,
Yud, Kaf, Ha,
Lamed, Mem, Nun,
Lamed, Mem, Nun,
Samech, Ayin, Hey, Hey,
Samech, Ayin, Pei, Pei,
Sadi, Kuf, Resh,
Kuf, Resh,
Shin,
Shin,
Sin,
Sin,
Tav. Let's learn the alphabet, simple as it can be. You'll learn the alphabet if you sing the letters after me. Each letter has a name and a sound that it always makes. Now we'll sing a special chorus. We'll have fun. It will not bore us. It's the Aleph.
All right, let's really hear you. Come on.
Aleph, Bet, Bet. Gimel, Dalet,
Can't hear you in the back, Jacobys.
Vav, Zayin, Het, Tet, Yud, Kaf, Ha, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ayin, Hey, Hey, Sadi, Kuf, Resh, Shin, Sin, Tav.
Amazing.
What do you think, Rabbi? Are they ready to receive their Sidurim?
I think they're almost there, and I think that we should sing the other verse of that at religious school probably on Sunday. I love that song. Takes me back. Speaking of takes me back, I'd like to share a story from Chelm. When I was a third grader, I grew up with my rabbi telling me stories from Chelm. Chelm is this magical and mythical place in the Jewish imagination where the people are very pious and very Jewish, but not necessarily very smart. Who's ever heard a Chelm story before? Okay, well, you're gonna get one tonight. So here's how it goes. Two citizens were engaged in an argument about how people grow. One gentleman was convinced that people grow from the ground up. And another gentleman was convinced, just as surely, that they grow from the head down. Each individual was able to cite evidence to support his opinion. The gentleman who believed that people grow from the ground up said this: "Just look as the army marches by, and you'll see that I am right. None of the soldiers' heads is exactly the same level, but all the soldiers have their feet on the ground. That is proof that people grow from the ground up." But the other gentleman argued just as fiercely that if you look at all of the members of the marching band as they pass by, you'll see that the pants of their uniforms don't all reach their shoes. Some of the pants are a little long and some of the pants are a little short. That, he argued, surely indicates that people grow from the head down. Since the two gentlemen couldn't even resolve their disagreement after much conversation, they went to see the rabbi. Each man explained his belief about the method by which human beings grow, each with fierce, argued evidence. The rabbi listened to each of them and turned to them and said, "My fair sirs, it is not that humans grow from the top down or from the bottom up. It is true only that they grow from the inside out." So on this evening, let me offer this wish to our precious third grade children. Yes, I see all of you. You're marking a special milestone, as Cantor said. You're beginning your Jewish learning in a new and formal way, advancing in your Hebrew abilities, preparing to one day lead a service. And Hebrew is not just going to let you lead prayers, it's going to be a window into Judaism itself. May you all continue to grow from this day forward, from the inside out. What do I mean by this? What did the rabbi mean by this in Chelm? Well, as you mark this stage in your growth, all of you are getting a little bit taller every year, a little bit stronger, But that's only one way to measure how you are growing. You're also growing in your knowledge, right? You're learning more about the world around you and gaining in confidence with each school year. Raise your hand if you learned something in school that you were able to bring home and share with mom or dad or brother or sister in the last week. Anybody? I want that hand to be up every single week, right? Oh, I had a gentleman in his 60s also raised his hand. I'm very glad for you, sir. That's wonderful. In a moment, each of you third graders are going to receive a special prayer book that will have your English and Hebrew names on the front. This book is just for you, and it's a sign of your growth. I spoke to some of our older students who are at our service tonight who still have their prayer books and even use them recently. Now, over the coming years, as you continue in your religious school studies, you're going to learn much more about Judaism, our history, our holidays, our special language of Hebrew, and our Holy Torah. Now, the sort of learning that you do at TBT, of course, it's about gaining knowledge, just like what you do at school. It's also about gaining confidence. But alongside your journey, the most important thing that you gain will be the learning that you do from the inside out. As you all grow into caring and considerate children, your inside will be evident on your outside, in your deeds of tzedakah, in your loving and generous acts toward family and friends, in the way that you treat one another and those around you, in the world around you. This is our hope for you, and this is part of how we know you will grow, nurtured by your wonderful families, by our special teachers, our wonderful head of our religious school, Cantor Boyle, and our TBT community. And now Cantor Boyle, I believe, will share a few words and prepare you for this special presentation.
So I actually shared the words I wanted to share earlier. So we are going to get to the exciting part of this presentation. And to help me with the Sidurim, I'm going to invite up somebody very special, our third grade teacher, Mrs. Sharp, who's going to help me pass out the Sidurim to our third graders. I'm going to give her some snaps as she comes up. And I know all of you and Mrs. Sharp have been working hard, learning your letters, learning about Judaism, and we are so grateful for her in instilling this love of Judaism that the rabbi talked about in each and every single one of you. So when you hear your name called, you can come up with your parents to receive your book. It's an honor to be called up to the bima, right? Another time in your life that you're going to be called up by your name, and your special Hebrew name is going to be at your bar or bat mitzvah. And so it's a very special honor to be called up in this way. So first, we'd like to invite up Arden Bombs, Penina Bat Alon, Avraham Bechava, and her parents, Stephanie and Alon. You guys can come on up first. Actually, you want to stand on this side of me. There you go. And if you want to actually stand over here, we're going to make a little line.
We're going to make a little line, so you're welcome to stay.
Perfect. Next up, Zachary Daniels, Zachariah ben Binyamin Verachel, and his mother, Rachel.
This is
Congratulations.
Number 3 for me.
Yeah.
Over here. Let's switch down a little bit. Make sure
Next up, we have Asher Jacoby, Asher ben Daniel Vachaya Sarah, and his parents, Stephanie and Dan.
I love seeing the smiles under the masks.
Congratulations.
Mazel tov, you guys. Come on over. Let's switch down just a little bit.
Perfect. Next up, we have Lila Lipschutz, Liba Bat Yehoshua Vechana, and her mom, Abby, and her dad, Josh. Congratulations. And you can wrap around in front of the art. Yeah, there you go. All right, next up, we have Sarah Rosenthal, Sarah Bat David Beryl to Emily, and her parents, Emily and David. Congratulations. Yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have Ruby Wasserman, Rachel Bat Mordechai Verazel, and her parents, Mark and Abigail.
You guys can stand right in your tent. Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
So we wish all of our third grade families a huge mazal tov, a congratulations. And what better prayer than to say with all of you up here than our Shehechianu, which I invite all of you to join in.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hidyanu b'zman hazeh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hidyanu b'zman hazeh. I just want to say that all of you, when you were born, there was a rabbi or a cantor there, right? And the rabbi or the cantor who helped you get your Hebrew name gave a blessing to all of you. And it said in that blessing that just as this child grows and becomes healthy and strong, so should that child have three things. Anybody remember what those three things were? You're probably very small. It's okay. I don't blame you if you don't remember. Those three things are that you should have chuppah, that you should have love in your life. You should have ma'asim tovim. You should have good deeds, good conscience, good character. And the last one is that you should always have words of Torah sweet on your lips. You should always have the words of our tradition. And literally, you all have the words of tradition in your hands, in your arms, as your parents are raising you in this loving embrace. There could be no more moving or beautiful moment for our congregation than that. So we say Mazal Tov. Can we all wish them a Mazal Tov? We are so proud of you. We're so happy for you. And we look forward to seeing you for religious school on Sunday.
All right, if you guys want, you can head back to your seats.
I'll take an elbow bump from everybody
Yeah.
who got their book as they go down.
And as our third graders are making their way back to their seats, we have one more song to kind of conclude this part of the ceremony. As the rabbi mentioned, Torah is as sweet as honey on their tongues. And so we sing together, sweet as honey. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Sweet as honey, sweet as honey, sweet as honey on our tongue. Baruch atah That was wonderful. Thank you so much, Cantor. And thank you all for participating in this beautiful moment of milestone ritual. I will continue now in our service, back in our books on page 144 with the Chatzi Kaddish, moving into our Ma'ariv service. Yirkadal v'yirkada shemei rabba.
Amen.
Be'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute. Mechai hechon u'vyom hechon. Uchai dechol beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, ubizman kariv, v'yimeru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach, ve'olam u'om me'omaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudesham brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma, v'yimeru, amen.
Please rise if it's comfortable to do so. Have a seat. In this evening prayer, we thank God for bringing on the evening and for changing the seasons and tides of time and light so beautifully. Cantor has an English version of this song. That's the words of that are not in your prayer book, so she'll just teach that to you. But there's a Hebrew line too, which is in your book. So if you'd like to follow along, it's on page 148 from Ma'ariv Aravim.
And the words are: roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night, night becomes day.
Ma'avir yom umevi laila umavdil ben yom uvein laila Adonai tzvaot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Together, Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
We're on page 154. If you have brackets, and page 36 without the brackets, for Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'elem asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam livadnecha, v'dibarta b'ham, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, u'v'leftecha b'derech, u'shofecha u'kumecha, u'kshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu litotachot b'einecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitacha u'v'isharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Elohechem emes.
Earlier today, I could swear I heard a sound coming out of Cantor Boyle's office, and it sounded so familiar. And it sounded something like, Oh, I actually don't know if that came out of your office or it was just in my head, because maybe it's just in my head. Well, there's a reason that that melody is in my head. Who can tell me what melody that's from? Extra credit if you're 8. Oh, we got one in the back.
Asher.
Very good, Asher. Ma'oz Tzur, which is from the holiday of Hanukkah. I know it might seem strange that we're already thinking about Hanukkah, but all of the holidays are pretty early this fall. And we just started the Hebrew month of Toyota. No, not the Hebrew month of Nisan. We started the Hebrew month of Kislev, which is the holiday in which Hanukkah falls. So we're going to do this melody. So we're going to sing this special melody as we're getting ready for the holiday of Hanukkah for the Micha Mocha prayer, page 158.
Micha Mocha, Ma'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha, Nedor ba'kodesh, Norat Tevot, Osei Melech, Norat Tehilot, Osei Melech, Adonai Imloch.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, גאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל Yisrael. All right, now this is one where if you want, we have those wood benches, right? And those can probably make a pretty good noise. So I'll invite our third graders to put aside your books for just a minute and do a big drum roll on your bench. That's more like it. There we go. All right, that's what we're going to do as we get ready for each verse in Vishamru, which is on page 162, right? Okay, so let's practice one more time. Here we go. Nice. That's more like it.
All right.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritoram Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritoram Benyoven b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritolam. Yisheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'torotam be'ritolam. U'bayom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinachash, Shabbat vayinachash, Shabbat vayinachash. Here's your last chance, y'all. Go for broke. All right, nice work. We're going to continue now in our service with the Amidah, which starts on page 164. So please rise if it's comfortable to do so. In our community, it's a tradition to sing the first blessings together, and then we'll have a moment of silent prayer or meditation in the intervening pages through to page 180. 164. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehillah. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot Me'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Ma'an Shemo Be'ahava. Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen. Baruch atah Adonai. Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai. Mechaye Hakol Ata Rav Lehoshia. Mashiv Habrua Umorid Hagashem. Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed. Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim. Somech Noflim Berofei Cholim. Umatir Hasurim. Umekayem Emunato. Lishaynei Afar. Michamocha B'Gevurot. Umidom Elav. Melech Meimid Umechayed. Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman ata l'chayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai. Mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh. Ukedoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai. Ha'el hakadosh. Take a moment of silent meditation or reflection, guided by the words of our prayer book or by the words of our hearts. Feel free to have a seat when you're ready to do so, but not before then. Shalom Imrama. Shalom Aleinu. Ve'ol Yisrael. Ve'imru Amin. Yaseh Shalom. Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Love seeing two of our students singing and swaying together, arm in arm. We like that very much. More of that, please. And amidst such joy and such a lovely Shabbat, we do take a moment to recognize that there are those who are ill among us. There are those of us who are caregivers, who are working so very hard and giving so much of our time and effort and emotional energy to support someone who is going through a tough time. And we share the names of all of those in our congregation who are known to us, including April D'Amato, Norma Diamond, Henry Gettenberg, Sandra Hyman, Marcia Jacoby, Tom Louie, Josh Lipschitz, and Sabrina Maurer. We also think of our loved ones, Connie Ambrosino, Harriet Cohen-Haggerty, Rochelle Dauenheimer, Mickey Bart, Jay Fliss, Sue Yaris, Rita Mandel, Mark Ostreicher, Sydney Scher, Bart Young, Soraya Casey, Sarah Bryant, Monica Capozziello, Helen Dreyfus, Florence Zolan, Betsy Carlson, Cheryl Hawkins, Ben Peck, Martha Potter and Mark Potter, Joan Sidney, Catherine Marsland, Danielle Scorano, Susan Seidel, Robert White, Ira Weiss, Elizabeth Powers Brown, Michael Morissette, and Lois Polikoff. There are others who you're thinking of for prayers of healing this evening. You can feel free to say their name aloud if you wish as I come around the room, or if you're on Zoom, you can add their name into the chat. Or of course, just hold them in heart and the prayers will ascend even so. For healing this evening? Chestnut, Gopal, and Suzanne Kingsbury. As we pray for a restoration of strength and spirit, we join our voices together with our wishes and fervent prayers for their healing. Page 371 for Misha Berach. Continue in our service now with Aleinu L'Shabeach on page 586. Please rise if it's comfortable to do so.
Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol L'Atid Gedula בכל האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו בהם, וגורל עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו פועלים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 591.
נאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
I'd like to now invite Stephanie Bombs to the Bima as representative of our congregational leadership to offer us greetings and welcome. Everybody else, please have a seat. Welcome.
Yeah. Wow, I haven't been with a mask in a long time. All right, hi everyone, Shabbat Shalom. My name is Stephanie Bombs and I currently serve on the board of directors as the Director of Communication. So a warm welcome to any guests we have with us this evening here at Camp Laurelwood and also on Zoom. Congratulations to our third grade class at this special milestone in their Jewish learning. And I just wanted to take a minute to tell you about some upcoming events. Tomorrow, we have a couple exciting things going on. At 8 a.m., you can join us for Jewish mindfulness and meditation. If that's too early, at 9 a.m., there is a Torah study led by Ethan Horowitz, and there are apparently links in your inbox. And then at 10 a.m., we have a Shabbat service on Zoom to celebrate Alexandra Rothstein becoming a bat mitzvah. Next Friday, November 12th, we'll also have Shabbat services here at Camp Laurelwood at 6:30. And then next Saturday at 10 a.m., we'll also have a Shabbat service celebrating David Jacoby becoming a bar mitzvah. Very exciting. In the mail, by now you should have received a letter in the mail, snail mail, about our annual fund. So thank you for considering a contribution in this exciting transitional year for TBT. So that's all I have. Shabbat Shalom and thank you.
Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom. And also, I'll shout it from the rooftops. Don't forget to change your clocks. I don't think that it probably matters that much anymore, at least not as much as it used to, because all of our phones automatically update themselves. But religious school students, you get an extra hour of sleep on Sunday, okay? So don't waste it. Our thoughts now turn to sacred memory, and our hearts are especially with those families in our congregation, the Sack and Greenblatt and Reed families who suffered a loss this week. I'd like to share a poem as we prepare for the mourner's Kaddish by Chana Senesh, who gave her life for the Jewish people and gave her pen to eternity. She writes, Yesh chochavim she'oram magia artza rak asher hem atzmam avdu ve'enam. Yesh anashim sheziv zichram me'ir ka'asher hem atzmam enam od betochenu. Orot ele hamavhikim becheshkat halayl. Hem shmarim la'adam et haderech. She says, there are stars so far away above us that we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Please feel free, if it's comfortable, to rise as I read your loved one's name. In the period of Shaloshim, the 7 or 30 days following a loss, we remember Gary Woodlitz, husband of Pat, Gloria Sack, wife of Ed Sack, Jay Greenblatt, son of Cynthia and David Greenblatt, and brother of Stacy Reed. In the period of Yahrzeit, commemorating a loss that happened in years gone by, we remember Samuel Kaplan, Thelma Kaplan, Jack Hyman, Eli Schnapper, Beryl Weinstein, Sherman Alpert, Lena Gammerman, Gustav Miller, Lori Sachs Rice, Mordko Esterlis, Tessie Galvin, Nathan Geschwind, Bianca Schloss, Benjamin Sturman, Blanche Frank, Miriam Bart, and Anne E. Blumling. There are others who you'd like to recognize at this time. I invite you to share their names, whether you're on Zoom or in person. And if you feel comfortable rising as you share their name, you're welcome to do so. Those on Zoom. In solidarity with our mourners, I would invite us all to rise, please, if it's comfortable to do so. These hallowed words of Kaddish are on page 598, 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach re'utei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'alam u'le'amei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit alev, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, uya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. May the source of peace bring peace and comfort into the grieving hearts of all who know loss among our people and all who suffer this evening. Together we say, amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, uyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen.
Please have a seat. We'll make some kiddush together. And so Rothsteins, come on back up. Yeah, bring the whole row this time, Alex, okay? Yeah. Sound good? Maybe I shouldn't say. Okay. Ready, guys?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav banu, v'shavat kodsho v'olav ratzon v'nchianu, zikaron le'maaseh bereishit.
זכר לציון מצרים, כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון תנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן.
It's just so everybody knows, it's Welch's, okay? All right, don't make them think that I'm poisoning you, kid. All right. Would you like to remove the cover? Very nice, lovely challah. And let's say the blessing together. Ready?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
It's actually real challah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baked by Alex's aunt, Aunt Sherry. Yeah.
Wow. You guys should take this home too. Enjoy it. It's a special one. I'll take that. You can come back and get it afterwards. Alex Mazal Tov, we're really happy to celebrate with you and your family tomorrow. We're so grateful for this special occasion. Thank you for coming up and being with us. And we'll conclude our service with Od Yavo, prayer for peace. That's how all prayer ends, says the Midrash, with a prayer for peace. So this one can be found on page, remember?
I don't remember. No.
Okay, I'll see if I can find it and we'll get started
That's
in
it,
the
we know
meantime.
it. Yeah. And I saw somebody jump up in excitement. So if you want to stand up and move around or clap, feel free. Oh yeah, shalom aleinu. Oh yeah, shalom aleinu. Oh yeah, shalom aleinu. Oh yeah, shalom aleinu. Oh yeah, shalom aleinu.
Page 353. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai varech et amo bashalom. God give strength and peace to your people, to us, and may it be a Shabbat shalom for all. Shabbat shalom, everybody.